Hello everyone, good day. My name is Kent Edunjobi. I'm a music maker anyway, you all know. So welcome to my episode of Music Everywhere on HIPTV. So for me today I have quite a number of activities lined up. First I have some studio time session. I have of course gym. I have meetings with friends. I also have performances with my choir. The Apex choir. So one of the performances is at the Lagos State Government House. So anyway, follow me. Let's go. So for me, basically, this is how this is how my typical day goes. Because I have my studio here, right here in my home as well. So I tend to work a lot. And my work schedule has no timing. At times I could just wake up in the middle of the night and just get into a session, probably when probably a creative idea comes to my head. And of course I also do mixes for a lot of people as well. So this particular song is a song I'm mixing for a friend in the UK, and I'm working on my EP. So one of the songs I'm going to be working on is off a track I did for a soundtrack. I'm not going to mention the soundtrack right now, but I'm just going to allow you guys to wait and you get the song. The song is actually a collaboration between myself and Mr. Walls. He's producing, I'm co-producing as well, and I'm recording. So he has done the beat. So I'm just going to voice my own part of the song. So I'll be doing that today. But of course, so I like to first of all prepare my activities in the studio before I leave. So after preparing that, then I go to the gym and just a little bit of workout, run, cardio, few muscle builds. I need to build my biceps, and so that those bouncers will not just be harassing me anyhow. Let me just give you a snippet of the beat. EP is a collection of songs that some of the songs I've written them like 13-14 years ago. Some I've actually produced them, but right now I'm reproducing. And there are songs that are really dear to me. Some of those songs are songs that I wrote when my music was still trying to find direction and all that. So I just feel I need to let people into my journey, into the music space, and it's more like where, like Timbo, something like that, like the journey of Kent. That could even be the title of the album anyway. But I can't wait to share it with you guys. Trust me, I can't wait to share it with you guys. And of course, thank you so much for the love on Ebenezer. It's so overwhelming. I'm so grateful. Ebenezer was just like every other song that I've written, that I've done, and I never expected the kind of reception it got. It was just that normal song that I did with my choir, and we performed it at our church anniversary. And I just left the video right here in my hard drive, just so out of curiosity. We were planning, and I said, okay, let me just load this thing on YouTube, and I did, and that was it. So I'm grateful to you guys. I'm so grateful. The choir is grateful, Kent is grateful, my team, we're all grateful to you guys. So anyway, let's get back to work. Okay, so guys, I have this page prepared now for voicing. So I'm just going to save this page and go and change and head to the gym. Okay, so I'm heading to the gym now. I need to keep the body and soul fit. So see ya later. Now we get back to the studio and start with the day work. Well, this is Ebenezer. Well, there's this question that has always been thrown at me about, you know, Ebenezer, the versions or variations of Ebenezer that we have out there. So I think people need to understand the story about Ebenezer more. Let me run us through the journey of Ebenezer, and I'm sure when you hear the full story, you understand why we have different variations of Ebenezer, or different versions, as you would like to call it. So Ebenezer came just like a normal song out there that, or for my choir that we will always write. So I wrote Ebenezer for my choir for our annual Thanksgiving, which was last year, November. As I always like to do my thing, I like to always, put in the best in everything I do. That's my watchword. We perform just like the normal we will always perform in Sunday service or any of our, programs like that. We rehearsed and performed, and that was it. So I took the audio file while the videographer took the video file and edited his own video cut, while I brought the audio to my studio right here, and I did the mix and every other thing. So I sent the audio to the video guy and we synced, and the live performance was ready, before even December. So, but for some reason, I just collected the file and I kept it in my hard drive, and that was it. I came here and I uploaded it myself on YouTube. And before you know it, like 2 weeks later, the movement on the song was quite unusual. The initial response amongst our own society, our own community, it was quite, strange. The reception, people were gravitating towards it. The response was quite unusual. So I now told my choir members, like, guys, are you sure we're not going to bring this song back to the track list of the album? Everybody was still trying to play safe. Nobody wanted to say anything. So I said, okay. So, but in my mind, I went back to the studio and I started producing the studio version. And before you know it, I think like 2 weeks later, everywhere it was like I woke up one morning and Ebenezer was everywhere. Ebenezer was everywhere. Celebrities were jumping on it. Radio stations were playing. They were actually playing the full 24 minutes, the long version. That was when I now called my choir members and said, guys, if you release your album and Ebenezer is not there, nobody's going to buy the album. As a matter of fact, people were already saying, they weren't even calling the album Sounds of Testimony, which was the title. They were calling it Ebenezer album. So talking about Ebenezer, how Ebenezer has helped my career in the Nollywood space. Yeah, so I've been active, in the Nollywood space for quite a while, in terms of my soundtrack composition and sound design exploits in that area of Nollywood. But for me, Ebenezer is more than a song right now; it's a movement. So for the fact that I've been in the Nollywood space for quite a while, done stuff for Mr. Kunle Afolayan, Femi Adebayo, Asof, and the rest, Of course, people knew that I was there. People knew that, okay, there is a guy that does fantastic job. But then Ebenezer coming out, it captivated their minds. Yeah, so my creative process now, so for working on a movie projects, the first thing I like to get is the script. I like to read the script very well, I mean, I like to read the script, digest the script, each character. Then if possible, if time permits, I'd like to at least spend some time on set, maybe few days on set. Let me soak in some of the ambience from acting. Let me have a direct feel of the environment, the aesthetics, the props and everything. So those things would form part of my creative mind frame. And then I also like to have a good proper discussion brief with the director to know, okay, what do you want? How do you want me to attack this movie? What do you want me to talk about? Proper briefing. Then I come back to the studio with my team and we begin to work. For some of the jobs I've done in the Nollywood industry, if I'm to choose my top 5, I'll pick Anikulapo, obviously, because of course he won me an award. Pick Citation.
And we salute you for taking the stars for all the females on campus.
Be careful,
I'll pick Akunde. I'll pick King of Boys.
Madam, why do they call you the King of Boys?
I'll pick Essin by Femi Adebayo.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Jerusalem torun.
So the reason why I'll pick Anikulapo is because Anikulapo, I mean, yeah, you can say, oh, it's Yoruba indigenous film, so it will be easy now. But trust me, it wasn't an easy ride, in the sense that first the kind of Yoruba that we had in the film wasn't the regular Yoruba Ekutaman. So it was quite, the deep, ancient style of Yoruba. So I needed to dig deep, make my research as to, okay, what kind of Yoruba am I going to sing? And then, because it's an indigenous film, naturally you want to think, oh, the music should all be indigenous. But here, I don't want to do that, because we still need to appeal to the modern day century, to the modern day guys. So it's more like finding the right balance between the modern sound and yet still retaining that traditional feel. So it was quite, I won't say difficult, but it was quite challenging, quite a task. And I had to do a lot of research. I mean, I had to read a lot of books, call a lot of friends, did a lot of research. So that's for Anikulapo.
My first one-on-one contact with Professor Ndiare was after a tutorial class.
Citation quite interesting for me because it was one experience I will never forget. Because it happened during COVID period, at the thick of COVID. After we had shot the movie, we came back and we were supposed to start post-production, then COVID came in and people could not go out, you could not go to work. So I was just locked up in here. We had several plans, for Citation movie soundtrack. We wanted to do a Pan-African artist feature album where we have artists from Senegal, from Cape Verde, and Nigeria, few artists from Nigeria here. But because of the COVID period, nobody was going to go out, and it was quite difficult to. So for me, it was more like an experiment. I was experimenting with the project. For me, Citation wasn't like I was doing a job. It was more like I was having fun. I was learning, and I was doing research, everything. I mean, Google was my friend, because I had to learn some languages in some foreign language. And let me play you some of the songs I did for some of my Nollywood projects. Citation, let me play you from from Citation. I'll also play from. I'll play from Citation. I'll play Anikulapo. I'm a señorita. Let me play from King of Boys, the one I did with Miola. Let me play for you. I've been into music for quite a while. I mean, I started music from the church, obviously, way back, in 1996, 97. Yeah, but I mean, professionally, when I started pursuing music as a career, I started 2010. I started 2010, and I started, just as a songwriter and a vocalist performer. But I started, music production as a producer as well. I started my journey as a music producer 2016. Yeah, 2015, 2016, yeah, but majorly 2016. This is, part of the things I do here in the studio. So right about now, I'm going to be calling some few friends. We'll have like a get together we need to do this afternoon before, we'll now go for the Lagos State event happening later today. So let's get to that session. Okay, guys. Nice one, man. Thank you so much for staying through with me from the studio session to the gym session, back to the studio session. I'm here, chilling with my friends, having quality time. These guys, they are the real deal. I mean, we stick to it with each other, through thick and thin, discuss things.